Trump just signed an executive order to change the Department of Defense to the Department of War.
So we won the First World War, we won the Second World War, and then we decided to go woke and we changed the name to Department of Defense. So we're going Department of War.
Another move to turn the U.S. military into an even more bloodthirsty instrument of fascism.
We're going to go on offense, not just on defense. Maximum lethality, not tepid legality. Violent effect, not politically correct.
Now, to be clear, the Department of Defense was always a misnomer. I mean, since 1949, when that became the name, the U.S. has killed nearly 10 million people in its wars in Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, committed unspeakable atrocities, leveling cities, massacring civilians, raping women, torturing prisoners, dropping napalm on little children. The U.S. has killed millions more indirectly through proxy wars, backing death squads, CIA coups, and brutal dictatorships all over the world. And unlike any other country in the world, the U.S. has hundreds of military bases in other countries, spreading its tentacles across the globe. What the hell does any of that have to do with defense? If Trump wanted to be honest about the name, he would change it to Department of Imperialist Aggression and War Crimes. But of course, the name change has nothing to do with Trump becoming more honest. It's about preparing for even more murderous aggression against the people of the world. And as the revolutionary leader Bob Avakian put it, for Trump,
raw destructive power is what must rule in the international arena without even the pretense of adherence to international law or concern about the sovereignty or even the right to exist of less powerful peoples and countries.
Without even the pretense of adherence to international law.
Maximum lethality, not tepid legality.
Look at what Trump just did off the coast of Venezuela, blowing up a ship in international waters and murdering 11 people who he accused of trafficking drugs. Now, there's a lot that's murky about what actually happened, but even if these were drug smuggling Tren de Aragua gang members, it wouldn't give Trump the right to just assassinate people without due process. Plus, as we know, Trump falsely labeled hundreds of Venezuelans as Tren de Aragua just because of their tattoos and sent them to El Salvador to be tortured. But think about how dangerous it is that this lying fascist can declare anyone a terrorist, a gang member, an enemy, and just kill them anywhere in the world. He's even labeled the president of Venezuela a narco-terrorist and put a $50 million bounty on him. All of this in flagrant violation of international law. These are not combatants waging a war against the U.S. And yes, in flagrant violation of domestic law, because you are supposed to go to Congress before you take military action. But who's gonna stop him? Not the fascist-packed Supreme Court, which has already given Trump full immunity. And where is all this going? If he could just kill people for smuggling drugs over there, why not here? As we know, Trump is an admirer of Rodrigo Duterte, the fascist dictator in the Philippines, who waged a war on drugs that killed tens of thousands of Filipinos, just extrajudicial murder. And right now in Washington, D.C., where the ICE Gestapo is snatching up immigrants and harassing black people for the smallest things, Trump is calling for bringing back the death penalty and prosecuting 14-year-olds as adults. This is all straight out of Hitler's playbook in the 1930s, crushing enemies and undesirables at home while attacking neighboring countries and preparing for World War. Things have already gone way too far down that path. The Trump fascist regime needs to go now. Don't say we can survive this, because many are not, and far worse is to come. Don't say we can get Trump out in the next election, because what makes you think there will be free and fair elections? As refusefascism.org says, the time has come for the fall of the Trump fascist regime. Beginning November 5th, flood D.C. in nonviolent protests and don't stop until Trump is removed. And for everyone who hungers for a world without war and borders and marauding imperialist militaries. Everyone who wants to dig up the roots of this fascism and fight for a whole new way to live, a fundamentally different system. Look into the new communism developed by Bob Avakian and join the RevCom Corps for the emancipation of humanity.